Hey guys, it's Allison here, and I'm getting ready to do a layout today. I need to get a little personal with you guys. This is not a load prompt, and I was thinking I would make it yesterday actually for my layout, and I didn't end up making a layout yesterday. But the inspiration to make this layout happened yesterday when my youngest daughter was watching Trolls. And I've seen this movie before, and yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but there is this scene at the end where the boy troll Branch is trying to cheer up the normally perpetually happy troll Poppy, and he sings Cyndi Lauper's True Colors. And watching the movie, it always gets me, and I usually turn into a blubbering mess. I wasn't even in the same room. I was in the other room, and I was still getting choked up. And it was the words of the song that have choked me up. So I have been in a dark place, I guess, for about a year, and I am struggling to find my true colors, my place, my purpose, beyond, you know, giving birth to these three amazing children. So yeah, I need to get this out, and I need to get it onto a layout. And I had this idea. I have all these scraps. I just have the letter stickers I was using last time as well, which might come in handy. I have all these scraps of colorful papers that I had used to make that gorgeous layout with all the sort of dots in rainbow colors. And one of Shimelle's prompts for National Scrapbooking Day was to make a layout with like little strips of paper. So I had this idea of creating a column, not an even column, but a kind of messy column of strips of paper, and actually sewing them down, and then having my photo in the middle. And I printed it in gray because in the movie, this perpetually happy troll has lost all hope, and she's depressed, and so she turns gray, and the whole world around her turns gray. And as Branch sings the song to her, and she realizes that there is hope, and there is love, and there is reason to be happy, the color comes back into the world. So I thought if I had this gray spot in the sort of, you know, middle-ish, and then a column of lovely color, that would be my way of doing it. And I even downloaded the lyrics to the song, and I'm going to use some of those maybe in my journaling, or maybe just on the strips. And then I actually think I want to put like an envelope behind here and tuck this there, just for it to have. Anyways, that is my plan, that is my thought. I haven't really gotten any further than that. This is a type of layout that I think I'm going to use sort of all my favorite things on, which means I'm going to put a doily on here, and whoops, there goes my photo. And I'm going to use all the happy colors to create this strip, or this column. And yeah, this is going to be my scrapbooking therapy. So buckle up. It could be a bumpy ride. Because honestly, why do all this? Why scrapbook? Why preserve memories if A, we're only going to preserve the good ones, and never talk about the bad times, and B, you know, I need to be in my scrapbooks, and nobody else knows this story but me, and nobody else needs to see this but me, to be honest. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to cut a bunch of strips, and then I will come back, because that's going to be boring for you. I'll come back when I have the strips ready to paste. See ya. Okay, I've got my paper strips cut, and I managed to find this vellum envelope that came in a Simon Says stamp card kit that I can use to put my lyrics into afterwards. So I have to be careful how I adhere that. And then I found a scrap. It's from, what is it from? Kaisercraft 8x8 or something, paper pad. But I liked it was very neutral, and I've got my doily and I've got my photo. I think I do need a little bit of contrast back there, but I want to work on this first. So what I think I'm going to do is just run a strip of my tape runner down the middle, and then glue them down and then sew it. So they're not organized, so I'm just going to do that. What I am going to do though is I think I need something to give me a nice straight edge. Let's take one of my papers maybe. Because I am not so good at doing straight lines. Okay, so now I can attach my strips, just tack them down in the middle, sew them, and then start building everything on top, and I will worry about that afterwards. Okay, so I decided to go with a rainbow order, and I don't have my strips arranged in rainbow order, so I'm just kind of grabbing them as I see them, which means that I do have a red there in amongst the oranges, but I think it's okay. It's a lighter pattern because of the white stripe in it, so it doesn't really read as super red. And then I'm just pushing the sort of matching strips, because I have everything, I have two of everything. So I'm pushing the pair off to the left, just so I know what I've used and what I haven't. And I work my way through the rainbow. I add pink down at the bottom, and then I just kind of start again. And I don't want to have the same pattern, and I know that I don't have the same amount of paper left, so I'm making a compressed rainbow, if you will, until it's all done. Okay, I think my kids are going to walk in the door any second now, so I'm going to be fast. I've sewed it down. I did 3 rows of stitching, 2 fairly straight, not exactly perfectly parallel, and then 1 purposely messy through the middle. I don't know, I felt like doing it. And I will pull the threads through when I'm done and just tack them to the back. And I think I'm going to have my photo and whatnot right there. So I'm going to start writing in some of the lyrics. Yeah, sorry about the garage door opening there that you heard. I've decided, because my kids came home and there was a lot of interruptions, that I wasn't going to bother trying to talk as I went along. So I am writing in some of the lyrics now, and I'm not writing them verbatim. I sort of skip some of the more musical bits, I guess you could call it, and just write the words that are a little bit more meaningful to me and to the story that I am trying to tell. And once that is finished, I wasn't sure exactly how much more lyrics there were, so that's why I flipped it over. So once that is finished, I can tuck that away and stick everything to my envelope and start moving on. And then I realized I need some way of differentiating the papers from the envelope, so I start with the ink, and then I needed some sort of dark color, and pulled aside I had this, it's like a really, really, really dark blue, I think, but it reads as black, so I think that that will work in my sort of gray zone there. And then I tack that down, and I decide that I really want to add a little bit of journaling below. I'm not sure if I have enough space, so I tried to pull it up, but it's pretty stuck down. There's a couple of strips that it just won't release, so I decide to just make my journaling fit underneath the photo there. Just a couple of words about where the picture was taken, well, when the picture was taken really, and a couple of more personal words about my situation right now. And then I pull the threads through, and this side gave me quite a bit of trouble, so it took me a little bit of time, but eventually I do get them all the way through, and I can secure them with some washi tape. then I just do the same to the other side. And then I decide to pull out all my fun bits. So I have quite a few brads that I've been sort of looking at lately, and I need to get them on layout. Some of them are older 2-piece brads, so they've got a few sort of discoloration, almost like rust marks on them. And I figure I just got to get them on layouts, like that rainbow one that I'm moving around right now. If I don't get on a layout soon, then I'm just going to have to chuck it in the garbage. And then the one that's right at the top is from a Planner Society kit, and I think it says BU or something. And I've been kind of holding on to it for something special, and I know we're not supposed to do that. So I decided to use it today. What I'm trying to do with my embellishments is match the color of embellishment to the rainbow band that it's sitting in, basically. So reddish embellishments in the red band, yellow in the yellow, green in the green, so on and so on. And I'm mixing, I have some flare badges, I've got the self-adhesive enamel dots, or not enamel dots, brads, sorry. I've got some pink paisley buttons, and I'm trying to keep the colors in that gray section quite muted. Now I do have that bright yellow button. It's sitting on top of scraps of yellow paper. But I've also got a gray button, and then the little pink brad on the left is a very pale pink, and it says today. And then the self-adhesive, sorry, not brad, flare. I'm getting my words all mixed up, but next to that flare is a self-adhesive brad, and that is black with some florals. So I'm trying to keep those embellishments quite neutral. And now I am adding some enamel dots, and again I'm trying to keep them sort of color specific. In that middle section I add one yellow one in with that gray button and the yellow button, and then I find some gray enamel dots. I add those in as well, and some little pink ones as well. And then I realized I actually was going to put a title in, and now I don't have enough space to put the title that I really wanted to write. So I'm trying to think of an alternate title, basically. And I like these chipboard letter stickers because they're so colorful, and I think that works. So I decided to write the word colors in these, and then I can figure out the rest of my title. And I needed to move that one brad and enamel dots, and I did damage the paper strip underneath, and I was thinking I would just trim it off, and then I realized I could just probably stick the brad back in the same spot and it wouldn't be noticeable. So that's what I am going to attempt to do. So I've got the word colors, but it's not really enough for me. I feel like I need a subtitle, or it's not really a subtitle because it's a pre-title. So I've got these little tile word stickers, and they are kind of an off-white with black letters on them. So that kind of works with my, non-color to color theme as well. Now, I had written on that one paper strip, I had written Cyndi Lauper's name on there, and my title is now encroaching on her name. And so I had a moment of, well, let's put the letters down and see how it looks, and it looked bad. So I have an extra piece of that same paper, so I'm just going to cover up that strip, cover up Cyndi Lauper's name, and put my letter stickers back, and you would never know, and you're going to keep my secret. Nobody's going to know that there's this extra strip under there. So my title reads Searching For, and then I wanted the word my, and I initially tried it over top of that blue brad, and I didn't like it there. So I've moved it beside the title. And there you go, there's my finished layout. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Sometimes, you're just moved to do something which is a little off topic, but I'm really glad I did this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.